Hey, everybody. Oh, wait. Oh, man, I messed it up. Got to change the mics. I'm always messing something up. You can
Yo,
talk. You
yeah,
can
no,
talk.
I hear you. I hear you in my ear.
Hang on. Let me switch to the mic headphones. See, I knew I was going to mess something up, guys. There we go. We should be fixed now. All right, talk to me.
Hang on. It's really weird hearing two of your voices.
All right, you should only hear one of my voice now.
And now I hear my voice
How can you hear your voice?
and I hear you too.
What is going on? Why is you getting a
Okay,
feedback?
hang on. Okay. Hang on.
All right. Maybe get something on your end. Everybody, thank you for dealing with the thing. Hey, if you're in chat, let us know if the audio sounds good to you or we got a
Okay, it's
weird
sorted.
problem.
It turns out my YouTube volume was on too.
Oh, you're hearing a delay. The echo
Stupid.
delay.
Yeah.
Oh, we woke up.
Sorry.
By the way,
It
checking the
was so
live stream
weird.
chat. We got Cotito. We woke Cotito up with the alarm.
Sorry, Cotito.
I hate to say sorry, but
Hello,
I'm over
everybody.
this.
This is not my usual setup.
Yeah, if you guys didn't notice, Mark's I don't even know what that painting is behind you. Is that some abstract? Is that some MC Escher stuff? Or what?
No, it is a I want to say it's like a table of lemons and limes that looks like a bottle of Patron.
I'm not seeing
some
any
flowers
of that anywhere.
and like a lamp and a candle.
Okay, well, I'll take it right away. That and then the over your shoulder here for those in chat right there. Your wonderful how to escape and how much the room cost. Mark's in a hotel room,
Yeah.
so
Hey,
now
and
we're
of
gonna
course the
play
mirror.
in the mirror. Yeah. So now we're gonna play the game. Guess where Mark is?
I mean, I don't think I was shy or like trying to hide the fact that where I am, but I mean, if you don't know,
And
if
by
you
the way,
don't know,
if you watch this show, if you watch the show on any regular basis, you're probably gonna be able to guess where Mark is. At least the country Mark's in.
yes, I am here live from Osaka,
Yeah.
Japan.
Oh, Osaka, you got very specific.
Oh,
Hang on.
very,
I'm
very
while you're
happy.
talking, I'm melting. I
Yeah,
turn the
no problem.
aircon on.
Do that.
Let me get the AC going here.
Yeah, so I'm broadcasting live from Osaka, Japan. Very close to the castle. The castle is that way.
Behind the fruit, Patron bottle, and flowers.
Yes. The castle is 2 stations that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
What a lovely country this is. Not gonna lie, it was just to put in perspective. My folks living in Hong Kong right now. Let me just keep it real with you. Number one, I was able to walk outside in April with a long sleeve shirt on.
What?
What? I know, right?
No way.
No way.
Lies.
Yeah.
Actually, it's pretty good. And you can run free. Actually,
Yeah, I can
actually,
run
the shocking thing for those in Hong
more or
Kong,
less,
he
you
can
know.
walk outside. Period.
Yeah.
End of sentence.
Oh, I'll one up. I can walk outside and I just kind of keep my mask on my face just to let people know I have my mask with me. But other than being like in public transport or in certain places, like I was visiting the castle where they specifically ask you to keep your mask on, I haven't even really worn a mask, which feels very liberating, mind you.
Eh?
Also, like seeing other people on the street, like families with children and
Eh?
people at the park not wearing a mask and people
Eh?
just living their lives. Hey, who would have thought it would have just been social and it's, just be safe and use some common sense.
Yeah.
Yo, I like, man, it's so refreshing, not gonna lie.
Okay, then. Nice to you. I'm going to be joining you in that same regard. I'm going to be hopping on a plane next week and going to the States.
Speaking of plane, boys and girls, do I have a story for you guys?
Yeah, let's. I want to hear the story because okay. Here's the deal. Mark's been so busy traveling that I haven't even had a chance to really check in with him. Like it's been like, yo, bro, you alive? And we talked on the phone like
Yeah.
for 2-3 minutes the other day when you were like in between running around doing your thing, and
Yeah.
so we talked for a couple minutes just to catch up real quick. But it's been like for 2 weeks. Mark's like, yo, I'm doing this. Hey, I'm going here. I'm doing that. Like you've been all over. You got things. You got life. You got stuff happening.
Yeah.
And so this is gonna be one of those times where it's like, instead of me going, well, yeah, I know what Mark's gonna say. I'm like, literally, I'm gonna be joining you guys in chat,
Yeah.
hearing Mark's story for the first time, because it's
Yeah.
all new to me too. So I got a lot to catch up on. And while we're doing that,
It's been oh my goodness, it's been a hassle. It's just this last week. We've only skipped 1 week, but we were talking about this earlier. It feels like a month. It feels like I've been gone for a month, and it's just ridiculous. But hey, things are kind of sort of settling down. So, it's a good time to talk about it. But before we do that, what are you drinking tonight?
okay.
John?
Well, aside from the Starbucks nitro cold brew with cream, I've been finishing off, which is probably a terrible idea at 9:30 at night because that stuff is liquid crack. My warm up drink in here is some sake. I got it Don Donkey. It's just warm
Nice,
up.
good choice.
But the main event is something quite different. Sorry, I don't have anything Japanese to celebrate your arrival in Osaka for your beginning of your Marcus Liberated Tour 2022. We need to make shirts.
Yes.
Pop Up 2022 tour and like literally have all like the show dates on the back, like the old concert. We should. This is it. You might look at like, hey, it looks like an American beer, right?
Oh, fancy
Really
AF.
it's dripping. I'm dripping water all over my keyboard at the same time. It's because obviously a little moist in here. Full Moon Brewery, and if you look closely, it says Original Phuket Craft Brewer.
Ooh.
This is a craft. It's one of those rare finds I found at 7-Eleven. It is a Hefeweizen craft beer from a Phuket, Thailand craft brewery.
Very nice.
I know I'm going to crack it.
Very fancy.
Very
Look at that.
fancy.
So
in fact,
fancy.
they're so fancy they have like food pairings. This goes well with spicy Thai salad or barbecue seafood. Nice. It has a ginger. It's ginger flower. What is that? I can't read backwards. German malted wheat, bright floral, and tropical fruits.
This looks way too highbrow for like a 7-Eleven.
Oh yeah, it's extremely too highbrow for a 7-Eleven, and I've never heard of a Thailand craft beer, especially in Taiwan to get a Thailand craft beer. So this was like one I was like, okay, I bought this like 5 days ago and it's been sitting in my fridge. I'm like, I want to try it, but I've been holding off so I could try it with you guys here on the show.
Nice. Well, I am gonna live up to the.
You better not disappoint. It better be something Japanese. I swear to you. You're like, hey man, I got a
Budweiser.
I got a Budweiser.
That would be something. No, I'm living up to the Osaka standard with a tall boy double lemon strong zero.
Oh,
my face for size.
Yeah. By the way, we don't get the double lemons here, man. The double lemons. So
and for the perfect pairing, the Famichiki.
The Holy Family Chiki?
The Holy Grail.
Oh, it's on.
Peak food pairing choice for Strong Zero.
That, I totally approve. Fami Chiki. And I'm so upset because you can't get Fami Chiki anywhere except in Japan.
Yes.
Japan is the only Fami Chiki.
Yeah. I ordered two. I already had one. Oh. So, this one I had to say.
You're like, there might have been two earlier. No, there's just one.
Yeah. I took a picture to Masaki just a couple days ago. I was like, I had my first Family Chiki landing here. God, it took me like 2 days to finally get my first Family Chiki, and I sent it to Masaki, and I was like, now I'm back.
Yeah, now you're here.
Now I'm back.
Wait, you've had your Family Chiki, but have you had your unagi?
Oh, I had.
You've had unagi butter too?
Had that on Saturday night.
So you're back, baby.
I'm back.
You're
now.
back.
I'm back.
You're back. Oh my
God. I'm back. Yeah.
By the way, hello everybody in chat. I just want to say hi to everybody. Just run down the list real quick. Cotito, Winky, Herman, Masaki's here, of course. Luke is back for a long time. Hey, Luke, how's Joe Bujin? Yeah. Freedom 762, Private Bumpkin. Everybody's here. And Razvan, not to skim over you, buddy.
That's
I saw
right.
you hide in there too. And I'm sure there's others that are like just lurking right now.
Got the fam back. Awesome.
The fam.
So good to see everybody. Again, it puts a smile on my face no matter where we are. So
all right.
Cheers to you guys. And
crack this baby open.
I'm ready to start this show.
Smells promising.
Oh, double lemon just takes the bite off of things, which is dangerous.
Wow. Okay. That is not like a normal Hefeweizen. That is good.
It's the tropical fruits.
All right. You ever had was it 1664 Blanc?
Yes.
The Blanc one. not the
Yes.
64, but the Blanc.
Yes.
It's got a little bit of that in it, but it doesn't like it has that punch of fruit flavor. It's almost like maybe I get it. This is tropical fruit. I get a little raspberry,
Right.
maybe a little mango, and then it just it just drops off with like this super crisp finish, like one of the clear blue Japanese, like
Right.
the side
Okay.
blue, clear blue, something like that. Like it's just it's like you get this pop of flavor, and it's just like boom, like a clean, like super crisp pop of a finish, and it's gone.
Oh, Masaki, that sounds like a beer for you, my friend.
Oh, this is, and it's 4%. It's not that it's not gonna knock you down too hard. It's like this. I'll tell you right now. Like it says pairs with Thai. I can see the Thai food thing. This is your beach beer. This is literally, to me, I can see myself sitting on a beach. I mean, immediately under an umbrella. The waves are crashing. The water's blue. The sand's nice and warm. There's some palm
Smell some
trees
barbecue
going.
on the side.
Yeah, maybe smell a little barbecue shrimp kind of floating in the air.
Oh yeah.
This is the jam for that. I'm gonna tell you right now. If you can find, I have no flipping clue how you can find this beer. Like this, this is definitely like. But if you guys are just going to give you a good shot here, the IBU rating on it is only 15, and the EBC is 9.5. So it's really like a golden light color. So that's the lightness of the EBC number. But IBU is 15, so it has like zero bitterness to it. Like this is the day drinker right here. This is session beer.
Nice. Yeah, well, strong zero is strong zero, but the double lemon does take a little bit of the bitterness of the front off. So if you've ever had a strong zero before, that first initial, the natural reaction you're supposed to have, this doesn't have it. So danger. It's
a 9% danger. I tell you, the double lemon still, it's like you can't really get it outside of Japan, or at least I haven't seen it.
So good.
So.
Oh man,
Masaki, I see you. That I'm gonna try. I'll try to see if I can track this sucker down again. Like it's been a few days. Constant rotating stock. I can find one. I'll poach it and just. I don't know what the expiration date is. This thing. I'll hang on to it for you. I'll get you.
Do that.
So.
Oh man.
Wow.
So
I've had a long day. By the way, for those, I mean, like today's been like crazy work day for me. It's been nonstop. So if like my energy level's a little lower than normal, that's why. It's been a long one.
So let's since if that's the case, I can start with what's been going on since last week.
Please. Today's Mark. It's Mark's show. I wish you just change the name to Mark's show for this one.
Oh man. Wait, Masaki said, "Hey, I had triple lemon before. I took some of the IWA shot show. Triple lemon?
Triple lemon.
Man, that is just asking for trouble."
Yeah, like double lemon enough? No, we're going triple.
Yeah, we really want to knock the alcohol taste out of there, so you get royally effed.
Holy man, this thing dangerous. Need some spicy food to go with this. All right, so give me this. Let's roll this thing back. Let's roll back. So let's start. Let's start with what happened after the last show, which was 2 weeks ago.
Okay. So after the last show, actually a lot of my life was kind of set. So after the last show, of course, I had my last couple of days at Red Wolf. Huge shout out to Red Wolf. Like bless these people. I've been working for them for over 6 years, and they did me a solid. They are helping me ship the rest of my boxes and belongings. To here first, and then we'll go from here. But yeah, they knocked my bill down a third of the price. So big thanks to them. Big props. Respect. Credit where credit is due. So Red Wolf really helped me out on that. So eternally grateful. So after that happened, I kind of just went on with things. Submitted a few final documents and so on, to which they're still screwing me on it. But anyways, neither here nor there. Which brings me to my final day, full day in Hong Kong on Monday, where I had to get together with some friends. Herman was there. Just people, my teammates, and stuff like that. We had a great time. Stayed out, drank a little bit, some day drinking and stuff like that. So just had a final get together. Then Tuesday, the day I was gonna fly out on Tuesday night.
Wait,
now
I hear this Pat was going to fly out.
Yes.
So what happened here?
So well, I did eventually do it, but here's how it all happened. Now, but before I get to that story, I want to give you guys some context. So flying into Japan.
Wait. The way you said that, before I get to the story, it felt like you were about to go. And I want to talk about this show's sponsor.
And before we get to that story,
no, not Manscaped. No, we're not sponsored. It sounded like you were about to drop a smile. I was like, "Are we sponsored now? Did I miss the memo where we got a sponsorship?" Anyway, before you
would be cool. No, but before I get to that, I want to give you guys some context. So flying to Japan, you need to do a few things. Number one, you need a rapid antigen test. So it's they prod your nose, right? Or you do a deep throat test. Just take it as you may. I'm just gonna leave it out there. So it's a nasal swab or throat swab. So it's a rapid antigen test. You need to do it 72 hours before you fly. And then after you do that, the Japanese government also requires you to submit a form that needs to be signed by the administering doctor or institution verified by a doctor.
Okay.
Hong Kong also needs you to do a declaration signifying that you are COVID free and you can leave Hong Kong. That could be digital or print. It doesn't really matter, in the grand scheme of things. But that's just basically some paperwork you need in order to fly out. Now, my flight was scheduled to fly out of Hong Kong wheels up 02:30, so that's 2:30 in the morning.
Oh.
I love flying the red eye. It just maximizes my time. I'm totally okay. I'm so used to flying those. I prefer those actually. So I was 2:30 in the morning. That was my scheduled flight, right? So shout out to Captain Nick. I had to give him. I gave him a call. I talked to him about, hey, I need to do my COVID testing and so on and so forth. Hey, you're a pilot. You're in and out of that place all the time. Is there a way, is there something you can recommend to really help me out? Now, I'm not going to give names, but I'm just going to say that there's a service provider in the Hong Kong airport that services outbound passengers.
Okay.
Now, when I went to their website, they just updated it with service to Japan. Everywhere, we serve the Japanese passengers, flights to Japan, we cover that testing, and we serve the Japanese people flying back to Japan. So I was like, great.
I feel like a butt is coming.
Oh, a big butt's coming. Great, right? So I book my testing for 6 o'clock because it makes no sense for me to book anything earlier. So I took the latest possible booking, which was 6 o'clock. To be honest, at that moment when I was making my initial booking, if I book at 10 o'clock when I do that, thank God I didn't. But so I booked a 6 o'clock booking. So when about 5:45 rolled up, the producer and we were in the airport. Now, mind you, the airport is at minimum and about an hour away from civilization in Hong Kong.
Yeah, I've been to Hong Kong airport. Like, you've got
great airport, but it's way the hell out of the way.
Hong Kong Island, and then way at the very end of the
world,
and
then here,
like the very end of the world's like, oh, we're gonna put the airport way at the end of this crazy little island, off in the middle of nowhere. So
they built this island from nothing.
Yeah,
by the way, it's completely reclaimed. Anyways, so with that in mind, now the table is set. I'm going to the airport. I get there, the producer and I walk up to the counter 15 minutes early to collect my sample. They ask me where I'm going. I say specifically Japan. And then I whip out my form. And then the moment I whip out my form, the guy behind the counter, he said, Japan. And the manager turned around. And walked up to him and said, I'm sorry, we can't fill out that form. I'm like, excuse me.
Well, your website.
I said, like, he said, oh yeah, we only administer the test. We don't fill out the form. I'm like, but you said nothing of that on the website.
The test does you no good if you can't have.
I said, but your website says you service Japan. Like, what am I supposed to do now? I mean, this is not a me problem. And he said, well, you can try the airport clinic. They verify. So the airport clinic verifies your result. If you get a negative result, you can take your result to the airport clinic. The airport clinic can then verify a result and sign off for it.
Sounds simple enough.
Okay. 6 o'clock. They said the test takes about 2 hours to get back to me.
Oh, when's the clinic
The airport clinic, the doctor leaves the clinic at 8.
Oh.
their cutoff time for the doctor is 7:30.
Oh,
So I'm like, well, I'm screwed, right? Like, there's like, what am I gonna do? Like, even if I wait till, even if my results come in earlier, like what am I gonna do? Like, as early it's gonna come, it's gonna be 7:30, 7:20, 7:25. It's still gonna serve me no good with the
so
doctor getting ready to leave.
what happened?
So what I had to do is I had to call my aunt, who works at the sanatorium in Happy Valley. Now it's in Hong Kong island side, right next to Causeway Bay. Now, geographically, if you look at it, it's kind of close. But
No, I've done like
there,
the train or the car ride or whatever. It's
we
like the
took
train lines
we had
forever.
to
It takes
we had
forever to
to
get to Hong Kong Island.
call my aunt, which is the head nurse of the ICU at sanatorium, and she had to pull in a favor from her boss. Now, her boss is the department chief doctor for critical medicine.
So wait, did you travel there to go get it signed?
Oh my God. Yes. We
What?
jumped, the producer and I jumped in a cab at 6:30,
What?
and we flew as fast as we could to the sanatorium, to the hospital.
Got
We
your
had
test?
to do a complete registration in the sanatorium. It was like, it was coming up 7:15 before I could even get tested. So the doctor came down, kind of understood the situation. Said, "Yeah, your aunt called me already. That's fine. We can do it for you. That's okay. We'll do it for you. It's just a rapid antigen test. It takes about 2 hours. As long as that's okay with you." I said, "That's fine. Boarding time isn't until 11:30."
Mhm.
So that's fine. It's okay. We can make it. And then at this moment, I'm still kind of tripping a little bit because, he's still running around. I'm still trying to get registration done. And I sit down in the chair because it's a hospital. They're supposed to take your vitals. I sit down in the chair. They strap the blood pressure thing
Right
on my
through
bicep.
the roof.
I was sitting down and it was 166 BPM. To give you guys some
They were
context,
like, Mark, we're gonna admit you now. We're gonna put you.
I play football and I don't get 120, 130. I do max weight squat and I'm at 140. I was just sitting there and I was
166 is like probably
166.
95%
Yeah.
of your max heart rate.
Yeah. I was sitting there and I was
Oh,
losing my
God.
mind. And then the producer was like, "You better calm down. Like this, you got to calm." I'm like, I'm trying. I don't know how, but I'm trying. So I'm sitting there and then I finally was able to do it. Got everything done. So the producer and I ended up sitting in the park having pizza at in this random ass park somewhere. And then of course at 7:22, the company from the airport sends me, "Oh, congratulations, you tested negative." I'm like, "Yeah, a lot of help that'll do me."
Yeah, thanks,
Because
guys.
if I was anywhere else in the airport other than sitting right at the door of the clinic, I wouldn't make it.
Mm-mm. No.
The Hong Kong airport is obscenely large.
Mhm.
I would not have made it back. So it was a good move that we did this in the first place.
You would have had to have like one person at one location, one at the other,
Yeah.
and begging them to stay.
Yeah.
Like this.
So yeah, and there was only one clinic in the airport. So in the departure hall. So there I was, finally all done, got my results. I think I got my results at around 9ish. And then we took the cab back to the airport, got to the airport. I go up to the checkout counter and the first thing the ladies asked me is like, "So have you downloaded the apps in order to get into Japan? And have you filled out the digital questionnaire?" I'm like, what app and digital questionnaire? How many more surprises do I have to deal with?
Yeah.
So apparently there's a digital questionnaire you have to fill out. It's like, "Oh, have you contacted people with close contact? How many shots have you had?" Blah, blah, blah. Just took you 2 minutes. But the reason why I was tripping at this point is because my phone only had 9% battery left.
Oh.
Yeah.
And 9% is never, by the way, on a phone, 9% is never 9%. Like you can go from 100% to 90%. And it's like, I've been using this phone for like 2 hours straight. And you'll go down 10%. But I swear to God, 10% to your phone powering down is like, oh, you have 3 seconds of time of use. Like that last 10% doesn't last worth anything. It's terrible.
Yep, that is correct. Well, Herman, to answer your question, actually, huge thanks to my aunt. Big shout out to my aunt. So the guy who saw me again was the department head, like the big hotshot for critical medicine. And usually his consultation fee is 5 grand Hong Kong. Um, he charged me, I think it was like $800.
Oh wow.
And the hospital charged me like 100 US for the test.
So 200 is what it cost US.
Yeah, it was about 200 US.
It's not bad. That's what I gotta pay for my tests, which I get I think mine are scheduled Sunday are my test, I think. I got to do mine 2 days before I leave. Those I think are like a couple $100 a pop here.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, private bumpkin, man, bro. Like on the ride back to the airport, I think I was so physically drained that, you know, when you're so tired you can't sleep.
Yeah.
Like, I was there. Like I was just like, I just want the day to end. Like I think like neither of us wanted to separate so soon, especially under those circumstances, because leading up to that,
like you want to enjoy your last few hours there before you take off, and you got like a little bit of time where you guys are gonna be apart while you're doing your travel and your business development, all the things you're going to be doing to start whatever the next phase is for you.
Yeah.
Because I know it's like kind of you're doing the search now. You're kind of like out there like, hey, I'm a free agent. You know, I'm going to go see what options I have. The last thing you want to do is like the last couple hours just be like,
just getting screwed.
Yeah, I mean, just
yeah.
But I will say this: you got a core memory out of that one.
Oh yeah, trust me.
You will tell that story. You will tell that story decades from now.
Yeah, and so I was, you know, so the producer and I, you know, originally kind of started a little rough, not because we got into an argument, it's because, you know, I still had some paperwork that, you know, so in Hong Kong, when you leave the country, you know, you have to sign some paperwork and file an application to get your mandatory retirement fund money back, basically your 401k. So I had one piece of paperwork that was outstanding, and they didn't even notify me. They didn't call me. They didn't email me. I think they're just waiting, taking their sweet time to just send me surface mail again. And then during this time, being one of the largest private insurance suppliers in Hong Kong, what I decided to do was close their customer service department. Like their walk-in physical customer service department. No work from home. No alternative shifts. Like, oh, we're just gonna do the smart thing and close. Like you just, oh my God, like it's so blatant. Anyways, I can go on for hours with this one, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, don't. Yeah. So, bottom line is.
So yeah, bottom line is so.
Oh my gosh.
So I finally did that and downloaded the apps. It's all done, all set. The ladies at the airport were fantastic. They were stressed out as well because so number one, all of the flights flying to North America canceled because the airport is closed for flights outside, because North America, South America, most of Western Europe and Africa essentially is closed. Hong Kong won't let flights go in and out.
Why won't Hong Kong?
Because it's Hong Kong.
Outbound. Because so you won't have it makes sense. So if they're not bringing a plane in, there won't be out. So that makes sense. Like they're not going to just send one direction because you don't send the plane back.
So you had the only one service provider at that hour checking out was Korean Airlines, and so Korean Airlines is simultaneously facilitating a flight to Honolulu, a flight to San Francisco, a flight to LA, and back to Korea. And then, of course, servicing me. I think I was the only one going to Japan, because when I gave them my tickets, they asked me, oh, where is this guy going? And then the girl said Japan. And the guy's like, Japan?
Yeah, like, huh? Like nobody leaves Hong Kong to go to Japan.
Yeah. And Vancouver. So this flight
you
out of
flew
Hong
into
Kong.
Seoul, like you all connected.
I flew into Incheon.
Oh, Incheon. Okay, Incheon, and then got out.
No, still Seoul, but Seoul Incheon. Airport, so I flew into Seoul. So this flight was basically like the mule to get everybody out to go for the big
basically
transit.
Get you out, and then in Seoul you can.
That's right.
Go where you need to go.
And then the sad thing was, I was looking at the Korean Airlines plate. There was 5 daily flights. And then this particular one that I was on is actually an alternate flight. So they only run Wednesday, Friday, and I think Wednesday, Friday, and a Saturday, or like a Sunday, right? And this was the one that was not canceled. Everything else is canceled.
So everybody got bumped. Whoever's on earlier got bumped to this.
That's
one.
right, into this one.
they
So
had
I
to
was talking to
change
this.
Oh my gosh.
I was talking to this one guy flying back to Minneapolis, and this poor guy, had to do Hong Kong, Seoul, Detroit,
Seoul to
and then
Detroit?
yeah, Seoul, Detroit, and then Detroit to St. Paul.
Seoul to Detroit direct?
Seoul, Detroit.
That is such a weird
It's
connection.
Delta.
That's a weird.
Yeah,
it's a really weird connection.
Super weird. Yeah,
So
Seoul, Detroit.
I'm going here to San Francisco, and then I pop on to home to Nashville. So that's like mine. So I've only got one connection. I got like 4 hours in San Francisco to kill. But that's the flight I've done. Like,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. Like I know the flight number by heart. I can only like, oh, outbound's this number, inbound's this number. I mean, it's the same number. I've flown this flight so many times.
Mm-hmm.
But
so then I get into Seoul. Totally
you're in Seoul.
normal.
Yeah, you sent me
totally
like
normal.
a message. I woke up and you were like, I'm in Korea. I'm like,
Hey,
woke up, I'm like,
hello from Seoul. And I think by the time you replied, I was already leaving.
Wake up, I'm like, Mark's in like Korea. What are you in Korea for? I'm like waking up in the morning, like, huh?
Yeah. So I left Seoul. Seoul was smooth. I think Seoul kind of reminded me of how travel was before.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think Korea is so full of this lovely new variant called Omicron that it's just they're okay. The Koreans are doing all right.
They're just like, we got it now. We're with the rest of the world.
We just gonna deal with it.
We're just gonna deal with it.
Just gonna deal. And so they're doing their thing, the Koreans. So I fly into Japan, and to be honest, like flying to Japan was also pretty good. Like to be honest, everything was pretty good. Just now I had to deal with Japanese, like it's not Japanese customs. It was a bunch of stuff coming to Japan. The Japanese Ministry of Health. So
I'm sure,
so
like
I come
all
in,
the process, all the steps, and it's all
wow.
Sumisan, we're sorry we have to do this, but
yes, yeah, but you got to do it.
But you got to do
it. Yeah, we're so sorry, but sucks to be you. You know, yeah, it's like that. So like I come in, and this group of just fantastic people. They're trying to get us all to fire up with an app called like My SOS.
I will jump on this. My experience, I've had like missed flights and reconnections through Japan. I will say this. It was through Tokyo one time. When I've ever had a bad flight or a bad process situation, it's always like chaos, like, hey, go get in this customer service line, go do whatever. I'm just getting some context in Japan. My experience when I had we landed, it was like a missed flight. It was like basically the next flight. We got there too late, so we couldn't catch our connections. Most of us couldn't. We were heading on to the States, and we got off the plane, and there's just like lines. They're like, if you're going this direction, these locations, go to this booth. You're going to these locations, go to this booth, and they're like, we're sorry, and they already have all your paperwork ready for you for your next location. And
they'll take you, and they move with a sense of urgency too.
It's like. So the whole time we're over here, you already looked at all of us. You booked us all new flights. You got us hotels for the night. You got shuttles to those hotels. Like, it is the most efficient. I was like, I've never experienced that level of service. Like, I'm going to say, for those of you who've never, they're watching the show, they've never been to Japan, have dealt with a situation. I'm sure Mark's going to explain his story. It might be intrusive. There might be problems, but my God, you will never have your problem solved like you will in Japan.
Yeah. They're doing tough work for sure. Nobody likes this.
There's no, they don't do it halfway. It is done, and it is done right. So
that's right.
You get there, and now you get the Ministry of Health.
So I get there, and so first thing you do when you land, everything's kind of normal, and then you get herded through the process where they actually show their app, and so there's a red, a green, and a yellow. So red and yellow is priorities, fast pass, and if your app is red, basically just like a basic health app, and you're not registered, you're not in the system, haven't applied for the express express checkout. You just got to go in the standard line.
Okay.
To be honest, it didn't take too long. The line didn't take too long. However, this whole process did take 2 hours, and I'll get to this why. So they got us separated, and then so the first process was to check all your paperwork. So they needed to check your fax record. Do you have your inbound paperwork signed and verified by a doctor? They want to make sure that you've downloaded the corresponding application. So once you've, and also especially if you've answered the questionnaire. So if you answer the questionnaire and filled out all the information, it generates a QR code. Then you screenshot the moment. You just keep that on your phone. So when you got to show this to them. Hey, I have my QR code already. That's great. They wave you through. You go and sit down with the agent. He goes over all your things. He verifies all your things. Double checks your screen, your QR code. Sees everything is kind of makes sense. Okay, that's done. He keeps certain pieces of paper, stamps, and then he verifies your vac status. So once that is done, because they have a separate piece of paper that they print out, so they can fill out that form.
Pre-immigration.
This is pre-immigration,
okay.
Pre-health check. So they're checking your paperwork first.
Okay.
So when you land, so then they pull out a piece of paper after they've verified how many vaccines you have and they've verified which vaccine that you have. Then they will take their vax certificate that they have and they stamp it whether you need a quarantine or not. At least for me, that's what they did. So I don't need a quarantine because I came from Hong Kong and I have my three shots already. So they double checked it, stamped it, fine. They said, congratulations, you don't have to stay. Here's your case number. Please go to the next window. So I go to the next window. The next window is where the fun happens.
Okay, so what's the next window? What happens here?
The spit test.
Oh, what?
Oh,
okay.
They make you spit into a vial, bro.
Really?
Yeah. Look, so it's a vial like this, and they need you to spit that much in the bottom. Dude, I've never had such a hard time trying to generate that much spit in my life. And so just to help you stimulate, right? They have a picture of Japanese pickled plums.
Oh, the sour plums?
Yes. And next to that, because you got to be fair to the gaijin, a picture of sliced lemons.
Oh, so it's like just imagery of sour things. So you can generate.
And then they have tips. They say, like, if you're having problems, rub yourself behind the ear or massage, right here behind your jaw to help you generate more saliva. And I'm reading this as I'm trying to spit in this. It was way more. It was like I was fine. I was fine. But the poor guy
you ready
next
to be
to
demonetized? I wonder if you could hire a spit fluffer.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
That's the name of our. Oh my god, the name of the show. I'm renaming the episode. Episode 37. We need a spit fluffer.
Dude, the poor guy next to me, he was doing everything he could. I could hear him and it was just dry spit. The guy got nothing left. And then there's three people at that section. There's one clearly a foreigner. I think it was French or something. And then there was a younger guy, and then the boss lady. The manager, the boss lady, man, she wasn't having any of this. She probably hated being there because why did I have to do spit duty? What in the, she was not happy. She was like, okay, do again. You, not enough, do again. You, line here, spit here, do again. And so I walked up and was like, sumimasen. And she's like, okay, take sample over there. I'm like, thank you. Bro, that guy next to me, he kept on spitting. And she goes, no, not okay. You see a line? Spit to line. And then he's, okay. And he couldn't speak English. So it's so funny because that day when I landed with a group. I think they were like a study group or an exchange group or someone, but they're from Cambodia. And there are like 10 of them.
God.
And there are 10 of them. They couldn't speak English. So then their guide is one translator, right? I think it's a Cambodian guy that speaks Japanese. It's one translator having to service all 10 of these guys, right? And so I'm like, I'm
okay. Done. If we clip, there's one guy having to serve all 10 of these, service these.
Yes, one guy has to service all 10 of these guys.
Somebody clip that one section out of context, please. Just clip that one section and send it to us.
They're from Cambodia.
One guy had to service all 10. Clip it, please clip it.
Yeah, please. And then so I had to take my spit sample to the counter. They took it, and then so they gave me my sticker, and then I got to go somewhere else. And so then the final stage before I have to sit and wait for my result is just kind of do my app verification. So I sit, there's this really sweet girl that helped me through it. She asked me, can she take my phone? I said, of course. And so she took my phone, and She went through, just verified, helped me. She's asked every step of the way. She's like, "Hey, may I?" said, "Yes, of course." Oh, and she helped me tap, 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 do all the tapping, making sure, just everything's activated, everything's okay, everything is straight up, everything is normal. And then she gave me my stuff back. She's like, "Thank you very much. Please follow the line, to where I have to wait." Then I had to go and wait for my results, which felt like it took forever. So my number was 493. And it's so funny because none of the results numbers were coming in order.
Okay, so it's just random.
It's just random, man. Like I was like, hey, I should be close. It was 480, and then it jumped to like 500. And I was like, what? So after quite some time, and I finally got that done. Now this whole thing, plus all the waiting and everything, finally done. So then I walk past the final little section, and it's the saddest thing, is because it was the quarantine, mandatory quarantine section, a green, red, and a yellow.
Okay.
And these people had to sit and wait to get picked up to their quarantine location.
Right, because they didn't have the proper shots, or
they had the proper shots and they came from other countries that weren't on
the green list,
verified,
the green light list, yeah.
So they came all the way. So I walked past them. Then I went to go pick up my bags. Then I went through customs, to which once again they had to ask me, pull up the sign. "Do you have any of these, like drugs, firearms, explosives?" And I said, "Of course not." And they smiled. "Thank you, sir. Over here, please, so we can check your bags." I'm like, "Why do you ask me?"
Yeah, why you ask me? You're gonna check my bags. Just be like, inspection.
They ask me every time. There's not a single time I've ever gone to Japan where they have not pulled me aside and asked to check my bags.
He's got a beard. Check his bags.
Yeah, so they asked me.
Are you looking at chat?
Yeah, I see it. Oh,
That's
gross.
For real, we're gonna make that name stick. Took me. I'm gonna change. By the way, like seriously. Hang on, let me keep talking. Keep sharing.
Oh, Jesus.
I got some work to do. I got some work to do while you're talking.
Anyway, so I finally did that. Finally got my bags. Went to go let them check through my stuff. And then, I was like, sure. He's like, "Hey, can I open this bag? What's in this bag?" I'm like, "Well, it's my underwear, my shorts and my, okay, cool." So it was a younger guy, checked my bags. That was done. I walk out and I'm like, "Oh, I'm free." Look at my watch. I landed at about 11. I was all done at like 1 o'clock.
Oh.
And I was like, "Oh man, that was something." And then there, sitting on the bench nicely, waiting for me, was the man, the myth, the legend himself, Masaki. Oh. So I was like, "Oh God, like no homo, but sight for sore eyes."
So you made it. You escaped.
Yeah.
You went through the gauntlet. That's the.
Oh my goodness.
I'm curious, like, what it's gonna be like going to the States. I'm hoping I don't have that creative a story. I mean, I've got mine. We've got like a digital pass here, and then I've got like my physical paperwork showing up 3 shots. So I think I just got to show that on the way in. I think the U.S. is just like, yeah. I mean, like, I'm bringing the producer, but like for me, I know there's like, come in, like whatever, we don't care. But like her situation, I just got to make sure, like, to monitor it, make sure there's no issues, things like that. So,
yeah, I think for the most part, I'll be pretty similar too. I mean, like, I need to get a quick test before I go over. Just a quick one. And
I think it's like 48 hours.
I think so. I think it's
24 or 48.
One of those.
Yeah,
it's not
same rules for you and me. Yeah.
I honestly don't think they don't really care. So I think they care less. So so
I think the airline verifies it. That's it.
Yeah, I think so. And to be honest, like once I get it and I'm good. Like I have all my paperwork sitting right there.
So the question is this: are you going to be able to get in? Like my question to you is this now. Because there's like obviously a green, yellow, red app. I don't know what your plans are. Like you and I haven't even talked about this. Like, when you're done with the States, are you going to go back to visit Japan? Because I know you love Japan.
I think
are you going to stay in the States for a while? I mean, what's like, and what? Well,
I'm going to be stateside for a while. That's for sure. I mean that's going to happen. And I think this week I've been doing some, some freelance work, and just hanging out, with our friend Masaki, and at the Lilac's office, and just hanging out with the people, helping out here and there, doing some, for lack of a better word, like some consultation work and stuff like that. How if you guys haven't seen, check out the latest Lilac's video. There is a Easter egg in there. Special feature. If you know, you know. So yeah, so I was just there hanging out and helping out and stuff like that. Had some very good discussion with both Masaki and his higher ups, and I think there's some interesting things coming down the pipe. I don't. I've made this mistake before, and I've gotten a little too excited about certain things, and you talk about them, and then like for one way or another they don't pan out, and I don't want to be that guy. And that's the same thing what I told my former employer is like, no, I'm not trying to keep anybody in the dark. I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of things that I don't have 100% concrete yet, and right now I have a little bit of freedom and leeway to do what I want to do and go where I want to go and hang out with who I want to hang out with.
You and I have talked a lot about, I know what you like, what you're kind of like, you're like, put a border around kind of where you want to be next. Like, not just like where, I mean, like what the next phase of Mark's life is. So I know there's like a box. I know you're kind of like generally this, but I know like you and I have talked like, because we're really close. Obviously, we're close to the show together. Of course, yeah. So I mean, I know like the wish list and like the possibilities, and like the Charlie from Sunny, It's Always Sunny, like the dry erase board, and like, like that. That's like I know that whole board for you. Yeah. It's still up in the air. I know you don't want to like. It's just like one of those things. Like, it's hard because like in the chat here, it feels like we're all friends, so you kind of want to share it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But at the same time, you're like, like you got to remember, like it's like hard to go. Oh, this is kind of public because there's maybe people like.
Of course.
We share this with friends group here, but like at the same time, like anybody watches this.
People watch, right?
Outside of like the group that our core group here in chat, we love so much. We love everybody. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like you're watching, oh, Jonathan, you don't love anybody else. No, we do. We like the core group is always growing. Yep. But I know you want, wait till things are 100%. Like me, 100%. Like even me with my business, like I didn't want to say like there's a million things that can go wrong before I launch Senpai, right?
That's
and
right.
I didn't want to share that until it was real. And like you, there's a million things that can happen before you lock. And life can change, and nothing's in concrete. So, but I know you've got plans, and for those, I know nobody here in chat's worried. We all know Mark's going to land on his feet. So
for sure, and to be honest, like I said that heavy hanger.
Oh my God, the heavy. By the way,
the heavy hanger.
I'm going to tell you right now, when you for those out of context, Herman, I'm so glad you said this. We're going to rewind. Lilacs released, they're marketing their new product, the Heavy Hanger, which is a hanger, literally a clothes hanger that's designed to hang heavy things. Yeah. My God, you cannot tell me, and I haven't talked to Masaki about this. This is just for you, Masaki, since you're in chat. You cannot tell me that was on purpose. That was not on purpose. I mean, my God, I know you did that name on purpose. Somebody did. Heavy Hanger. Don't Google it, by the way. I don't know if you're going to ever top the SEO on that one, but let's put it this way. You'll probably be top of the search if you turn safe search on. You turn safe search off. No.
Oh no.
Anyway.
Not the black one.
I'll be over here if you guys need me.
Cotito, don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Good.
Well. If you want to do it, I'm not going to stop you. But at least let us finish the show first. I mean,
Oh, we warned you.
Yeah. In English, so getting back to that.
Sorry, I had to derail. Like,
I know it was pretty good. Nighttime mode activate.
I got the veins popping out. I'm laughing so hard. Okay, I'm done. Oh, okay.
So we again, like I talked about earlier in the show, like I haven't made like some point to hide where I am, and like there's no place. Who cares? Like I'm here. I'm in Osaka.
Yes. I'm not gonna lie. I'm jealous. I was actually Masaki and I talked, and I had to unfortunately pass Just due to like the risky logistics of it.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to try to come there too before I went to the
Yeah,
States. So
yeah.
the whole idea was I was coming there because I mean I could do kind of the same plan you are from a business standpoint and do go through the same process. And you're going there as a free agent. I could too. We could like do it me because like Masaki and I both. If you guys didn't know, Masaki and I distribute one of the same brands in different countries. So Masaki's company handles one of the brands that I have exclusive distribution in the States. He has exclusive in Japan. So we definitely have real business dealings potentially running parallel. So I wanted to come there, but I'm like, well, I've got to get a test before I go to America, and I got to get a test before I go there, and then like the logistics of the potential, and then what if the risk is somehow, some way, I end up testing positive, like negative here, but then positive there, then I'm stuck in Japan,
Yeah.
and I can't get to the States. So
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah. Oh, we will do a hopped up Discord. Just
We need
give
to,
us a little bit of time.
Yeah, we'll grow into that. I mean, well, heck, we're episode 37 now, so.
Yeah, we'll definitely do it. It's in the cards. It's in the cards. But yeah, so yeah, that's that. I have had several very good conversations with Masaki about things. And just talk about roadmap, talk about like where we want to go, like what works for him, for me. Like is there certain things in the cards? The talk, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of options, and I think
I don't want to call it a pitch because it really wasn't.
I can't wait to see what happens, right? I can't really wait to see what pans out here because I know I'm a little biased, but hey, I think whoever is able to grab you up is going to be very lucky to have you wherever you land. I don't know. You may not be in airsoft anymore. I mean, I'd love to keep you in this industry. It'd be great, but
I would love to stay in this industry too. I mean, I would certainly hope that over the 6 years I was able to bring some kind of value to it. So
heck, man, I'd hire you. I just can't afford you. So
sorry, man.
You're too expensive.
But yeah, we'll figure it out. I mean, it will happen. I think by next week it will be about time for me to kind of make a decision to what to do because we're going to be going back to the States around the same time anyways. So I'm going to be heading over there, and I do want to kind of have I do want to kind of get out of a little bit of vacation mode over the next couple of days and kind of be like, okay, now I've been able to just take a breather and I need to start thinking about things like, okay, where are we going to go? Because I also have to kind of think about where the producer is going to land, that's a whole can of worms in of itself.
You're essentially
too,
you're forward scout at this point, right? You're out scouting.
Yeah.
You're kind of
there's a whole can of worms there too. I mean, because like some of you, if you are wondering why am I not here with the producer, is because producer's a teacher, and then the Hong Kong government has kind of jumbled up the whole thing with their scheduling of when they're taking their summer holidays, and they're going to go back to school this week in 2 days on the 21st. So we'll see how it goes, and so that's why she's not here. Originally she would have been, but if they didn't just change plans at the last minute. Oh well.
Yeah, that's life. I know. You guys are, it's fine. You're good. I'm not worried about you two. I'm not worried about you two at all.
The producer has said to me many times, though, as I was going through that pain of the exiting process, she's like, I do not envy this. I'm glad that you are going through it now, so I know all the pitfalls.
Yeah, because she'll be braced to see the. Yeah. So then, if she runs into some of the issues, she's like, "Okay, I need these things. I got to be prepared for this.
This is what happened before, and now we don't have to jump through more hoops."
Yeah.
And if she needs to ask me questions, I know, okay, do this, don't do that.
Right.
They say do this, but don't do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And it was just a pain in the butt. So I think it'll be way easier for her. But I think once school starts back up in Hong Kong, she'll have a better idea of when she can come. I think the best thing is getting that quarantine in Hong Kong lowered. Yeah. I think it is. We kind of talked about this before. If it was about 7 days, it's still kind of justifiable. If because she can always do remote teaching, work from home, Zoom classes, and her employer has been extremely gracious won't count as her paid time off. It'll just be her going to work just on Zoom, just like she's been doing for the last 3.5, 6 months.
True.
Right. So that's kind of where things are right now. I'm super stoked to see like where things go as well. So had a lot of really good talk and chat with Masaki. So yeah. Merc with a Mark, The Adventures of Deadpool and Mark. As long as it's not Ryan Reynolds, I'm okay.
Oh really?
Dude, I can't. I find that guy so insufferable. I just can't do it. I cannot do it.
I kind of like his snarky attitude.
I just can't do it. It's like him, to be honest, him and Tom Holland are like the same person. Just Tom Holland, like this, right? When Ryan Reynolds plays a character, he just plays himself.
He does. Actually, it's very true. He plays the same.
It's the same thing. It's the same person.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Tom Holland. Even when he's doing, Uncharted, it's still Spider-Man. It's still Tom Holland.
Yeah.
So,
But he's sexy. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't find look, as a straight man, I don't find him sexy.
I don't know, man. Like Ryan Reynolds definitely got. I'm straight, by the way.
If I have to compare, if I have to choose, I have to compare. I would much prefer Hugh Jackman.
Okay, Hugh Jackman's good.
Like, because they're always doing this, Deadpool and Wolverine thing, and if that's the case, Hugh Jackman, just that guy.
I think. I don't know who would be like my style. The person I would look forward to. Oh shit! What's his name? My brain's froze up. The guy who plays Loki.
Jeez.
What's his name?
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Jeez. Somebody in chat, please help us.
Tom Hilton.
Hilton, yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Hiddleton or Middleton.
Yeah.
Hilton,
Yeah. He's David Hasselhoff.
David Hasselhoff.
Tom Hiddleston. That's it.
Yeah,
Masaki, thank you.
Yeah.
I think like for him, like he's got that. To me, like if you ever see the guy dress up, he like puts the suits on. He's got that proper British style. Like that's when I look at like a style I want to achieve. Like all right, like he's got like the long hair, so he kind of pulls the cool guy thing off, but then he's got the whole suit too. And I'm like, all right, that's kind of like my style icon. Like if I want to look at somebody and say, okay, who's like the idea of cool, I would go for him. If you got to pick anybody in that world, like, all right, who am I going to look for? Like, because, man, I've seen him put on like that, navy blue pinstripe, like proper British suit. I'm like, oh, I want to buy a suit like that now, right? I want to like, but you have a reason to wear one,
Yeah, for sure.
And then Cumberbatch over Hiddleston. See, that's a good one too. Those guys are both in the same category. Like, which one would you lean toward? Like, that's if you're going to fight like the proper British gentleman.
Oh, what's his face? Superman.
Oh, okay. Superman / The Witcher.
Yeah.
So,
God,
man,
names. I am blanking.
I'll say today, my brain. I've literally dumped the entirety of my brain out. So,
yeah.
But I can't even think of the character of The Witcher. Oh my gosh.
Him, Witcher guy. That guy. Yeah, he's a. Yeah, I think it was like British guy was Henry Cavill. That's right.
Yeah, Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
He's it.
Henry Cavill. No thoughts, head empty. Yeah, that's just my sign to say, more strong zero.
Yeah, you need more strong zero. I need more something because I am running out. By the way, it's a good show. The next season's coming soon, isn't it? We're doing another season of
Witcher?
The Witcher. They just wrapped the third season, I think.
Second season.
Okay.
They just wrapped the second. To be honest, a lot of people are giving Witcher season 2, a rough time.
Why?
Fair enough. I think for a show called The Witcher, it doesn't have a whole lot of The Witcher in it. But I do have to say, I think it's still a fantastic show. To be honest, okay, the over investment in Ciri and a bunch of the other ladies, great. I think it's compelling. I think it's very compelling. But I also want to see a little bit more of the Witcher doing Witcher things.
Yeah,
they
killing
did
monsters.
They did, and I think this season 2 they stepped it up a whole lot.
Yeah.
And I think the storytelling has been pretty decent. And I think with I hope they do a good season 3 because like season 2, starting to see some some upside here.
They've got some
Season
budget
one,
now,
I
but
thought,
they've got
yeah,
enough traction. I think that now, and they've got a ton of content to work off of.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I'll tell you what, I just started watching, and Masaki May. I'm curious to hear, or anybody else who's into the Japanese shows, not anime, by the way. The producer and I just picked up. We started watching something that's been recommended for a long time, and they're doing season 2 coming soonish. Alice in Borderland. Holy crud!
so much better than Squid Games.
Oh my god! It's like if Squid Game like took it up 20 notches. It's
Yeah.
Alice in Borderland.
It's
Like it's
so much better than Squid
absolutely-
Games. Yeah,
It's based on a manga.
yeah,
And if you guys, I'm seriously, for those of you who aren't watching it, they got English dub, so it's and actually the English voice acting is quite good. So it's not going to distract you if you don't like subtitles. Some people don't like subtitles, right? The English voice acting is actually quite good. It is so good.
it's so good. Like, to be honest, it's got quite a deep story to it. For something like superficially, topically, the story is quite not. It's quite shallow. I mean, not shallow, but it's quite easy to understand.
The
Play a
basic,
game, survive.
synopsis is we don't really know for sure. I mean, I don't want to go. I haven't read away any spoilers. Like alternative reality, all of a sudden, like a group of 3 guys are like whisked away, like in a quick blackout of power to an alternate reality in Tokyo.
Yeah.
And there's a series of games that pop up around, and you have to play these games, which are it's called it's basically life or death, and you have to do this to extend your time, your visa as they call it, in this world. That's how it works. I'm not giving anything away. You learn all this in the very first episode.
It's like Narnia on steroids based in Tokyo.
So you're playing these like insane Squid Game level games, and there's different categories. I'm not going to give it away. So each one has like its own type and difficulty ranking based on how the whole thing works. And again, it's like there's so much content, and the twists, like you have to really like it makes you stop and think. So much.
Yeah, and they throw probably the hardest to watch episode right in the middle of the season. Like, oh my god, it was painful to watch. Like it was painful in a way like it wasn't like, oh, I can't watch this. This is so hard. No, it was hard to watch because you're like, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening.
It's
oh my god, what in the world is going on?
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Like,
and that's the one where I feel like maybe all the other ones you can
garden,
watch,
right?
Yeah,
the botanical garden,
the one
episode,
with the botanical garden, that one,
I'm trying to think of how can I describe it without giving it away. Botanical garden.
It's in the middle of the season, and then
it's like, okay, I've watched Gantz. I've watched I think the animated and live action version of Gantz both. This is way better. Like way better.
Well, it's a different vibe,
it's a different
right?
vibe, though. Gantz is like
Gantz. I feel like it's too kind of like a too gamified universe, kind of. This is way like the stakes. Like also in Gantz, like it's a cool story, but Gantz, I don't feel like you can really put yourself in it because it's come on. But like this, to some extent, like it's. I won't say it's relatable, but to some extent with this, like you can understand the human emotion that goes in it.
The characters are relatable. Like I think they've done a good job. Like basically throughout they're
just average dudes.
As the character cast adjusts and shifts a little bit, and new characters are brought in, old characters kind of go away and leave. That you find that you're able to sympathize and empathize with each one in some way, and then you they peel back like layers of onion, layers of onion, like different things. You learn more about these people, but they do it in such a way that they do it at the perfect time.
Yeah, and it's very rare that you can so quickly empathize with an early villain in the series, and you can kind of see that okay, maybe she wasn't being villainous, but there was a rationale behind why. And I think like it's so, and they don't make it some big pie in the sky idea. It's like they just throw it right at this is why. And you're like, oh
okay,
well, all right then.
Like everybody's flawed, but everybody has good. It's really good. It's like, I know we're like kind of
really
fighting on about this, but if you haven't watched it, definitely like it was one I was just like, because like the thumbnail looks a little weird. It's this guy with a tattoo holding a samurai sword. I'm like, what is this? And we gave it an episode. First episode, I was like, oh wow, this is good. Second episode, I was like, oh, this is really good.
Yeah.
And we said the same thing. It was like, this is if like you took Squid Game and you just and
for sure.
Squid Game became super popular, but this is so much better.
Yeah, Squid Games, it's just they're similar in a certain way where they kind of have similar, like, it's kind of like battle royale kind of
Yeah.
theme, but instead of just, straight up carnage, there is a little bit just a little bit more to it. Maybe it just came out at an off time. It came out before Squid Game did, and it's got overshadowed by Squid Game. I think, like, just like it was Squid Games, I think, is a very simple story to follow and understand.
Yeah.
This one, you kind of have to get invested a little bit, but the moment you get invested, good god,
Yeah.
I'm so glad that they're making the season
Well,
2.
I'm glad. Like, I'm glad. I think this one could have been a good anime, but the live action cast they picked was just so good, and even like the gory nature of everything and how like savage some of the games are, because it's obviously, I mean, I'm telling you, like, there's no, like, everything's life and death stakes, everything. It's pretty interesting. And what was the other thing I just watched? What was that, Play or Die?
Right.
Did you watch Play or Die yet?
No, I did not. I haven't been watching Netflix for a while.
So Play or Die just came out. It definitely calls back to the 1980s horror films. In fact, it's oh god, what's his name? The guy who played the voice of Freddy Krueger. His name escaping me right now. Anyway, he lends his voice to one of the an ongoing bit throughout the whole the movie. Or the series. I think it was a series of movie. I can't remember. It's pretty good. Like, it's actually pretty good. It was good. Still, Alice in Borderland's better. But Play or Die is pretty good. It's about a video game that is kind of like got its own soul, and it basically at a certain time every day you get teleported. The video game, it's like your time to play, and you have to get teleported to a different world. And the game takes over reality, literally takes over reality for that moment in time. And you have to make these incredibly difficult choices. And if you don't choose, you'll die. But you have to basically choose, does this person die or does this person die? Like, you really have to make two incredibly horrible choices. Like, there's never a good choice. Like, there's no safe choice. So
sounds like Sword Art Online.
It's kind of like that. So that one's pretty good. That one's it's interesting the way they did it, and it kind of plays out, and they've set it up for a second season. It's pretty good. It's worth a watch too. But I still think if you're gonna spend the time, like, you can binge. It's only 8 episodes in the first season of Alice in Borderland.
Yeah.
That one's worth the watch.
Yeah, for sure. It's a good show.
Like, it was one of those, just like, God, why? It's been recommended to me for a while on Netflix. I'm like, why haven't I watched this sooner? Really, why haven't I watched this sooner? So, yeah. For those of you checking it out, like Herman's checking it out, Ho Chi Young, whatever. Yeah, like, seriously, like, give it a shot. It's like 50-ish minutes an episode, 8 of them. You can binge it.
You'll binge it.
Yeah, Love, Death, and Robots is awesome. Love that series. But this one, like, probably I would say one of the best live action series I've seen in quite a while. And that's, I'm not exaggerating. This isn't like me stretching it out. So,
yeah.
All right. While you chat, I'm going to get a refill because.
Do that. I still got.
By the way, guess what I found at Don Don Donkey?
What did you get?
I've saved it for the producer. I'm not drinking it. It's basically, it's the, like the Yakult yogurt.
Yes.
It's the Yakult liqueur. So it's like it's like 16% alcohol Yakult. And you add it to like grape soda or something like that, and it's the jam. Or you can just drink it straight. It's 16%, right? It's got a little bite to it, but you get that total Yakult yogurt drink flavor out of it. But it's not even like the little Calpies, whatever. So you get that flavor. Like, it's basically like if you took this and added soda water like all the way up, you get like a 3% Calpies. But this is like 16%, like not knock you down, but it's just enough. It's that Bailey strength.
Yeah, they have that here too. You can actually order that at some of the bars here.
Oh, really?
It's like a Calpie. It's a Calpies liquor. So like,
I'll bring the bottle back. I'll grab the bottle. It's right over here. I'll go grab it real quick while I get a refill. I'll be right back.
Yeah. So just on Friday, we went for yakiniku with Masaki and some of the guys from Lilacs. And one of the newer guys, he really likes sweets, just like Masaki does. And so they were having.
All right. I love the name.
Like it says like
Yogurto.
yogurt. Liquor.
Yogurto.
Yeah, exactly. That's what he
It
was. I
says.
think that's what he was drinking. Masaki, help me out. Was that that's what probably he was drinking that night on Rock?
Yeah, of course I got the Chinese sticker because it's sold here, but
Yeah.
and it gives you like cocktail choices, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can't read Japanese up top, but it's literally yogurt liquor. It's let me see, should say it somewhere in here. Let me see. I can't read the Japanese, so I go with the Chinese. 16%. Yeah. Oh, but knock my mic over. Microtype, if you can read it. 16% right above my finger there in tiny little text.
16%.
So, yep, Yogurto, and this is like so it's like white, like
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's probably it then.
it says. It's funny. It says product of Holland, huh? But it's all in
What?
Japanese. But it says like it's from Japan. It says Japan, but it says up top right here it says.
Oh well. Yeah.
Look at that.
We were
Produce. I'm sorry. Wonderful. Bad English there. Produce of Holland.
Hey, it's the Dutch, man.
I know, man, but I guess it's made for Japan because I mean the whole label's Japanese.
Yeah. Well, Masaki took us to a fantastic yakiniku, and
By the way, I love Japan. Milk? No, it's sake.
Oh,
Sake
yeah.
in a milk carton.
Sake in a milk
You
carton.
gotta love Japan.
Yeah. Yeah. So like he took us to this. It's right close to where his office is, and something I really enjoyed. You can check out my Facebook for the pictures. They brought out, for lack of a better term, a bucket of guts.
What kind of guts?
Beef, cow guts.
Huh?
Yeah.
Cooked?
Dude, so good. It was all marinated.
Cooked, marinated,
in that-
like-
yeah, it was marinated in that delicious yakiniku sauce. And then they put it on. So when you go to some yakinikus are different, but the one that we went to last night was the OG. They bring the burner to you with the real charcoals inside.
Masaki took me to one of those. It's like
So
and they like literally you
good.
get a little tiny grill and then they'll
Yeah.
reload the charcoal for you, like the bamboo charcoal or whatever it is.
Yeah.
They'll come and reload the charcoal
Yeah.
bits when it gets low.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
And so you get
smell
all that
like-
nice smokiness.
But you get it in
know.
your hair, but it's worth it.
Dude, it's the best cologne ever.
Yeah, and then everything's marinated in its own little special marinade. Like you order
Yeah.
this meat, and it's got like the shaved yam on top, and you order this one, it's got like the wasabi, like a thin layer of wasabi on top, and you order this one, it's like marinade. Oh my god,
Yeah,
I
it's
missed that
so
much.
good. It's so good. And then of course, there was Wagyu, and then but I really enjoyed again, the bucket of guts. And there's something about, I think there was like some liver in there, and it was marinated, and it was just perfectly crisp over the coals. And it just goes good with a nice highball, or where we were drinking beers
Like
last
a
night
good
too.
beer, yeah. Like just
know,
that, any
oh,
that,
goodness,
that
just so good.
irony, minerally, like
It was so perfect.
the innards always have like
Yeah.
that strong flavor that just goes so
Yeah.
well with like beer and drinks.
Yeah. And I didn't know, you eat tripe.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So they were barbecuing the tripe, and the tips got a little burnt,
Yeah.
and it just made it taste so good.
Oh really? So it's charred little
Yeah.
edges of the tripe.
Yeah, the
because it's got the
tripe
little
charred
the little,
edges,
the little
yeah.
bits. Yeah.
Yeah, you put it in the dipping sauce, and just 2 thumbs up.
Like
Very
the
good.
stuff I eat would literally make most Americans be like, huh.
Depends if they live on the coast. Yeah, where we are, we
Yeah, where we
barbecue
live. Yeah,
tripe
if you live
all
in a
the time.
coastal city, they're like, oh, what do you eat? And like, I'm from the South. I'm like, we eat this all the time.
They must be making liver and onions. Liver and onions are very good, by the way.
Yeah, they are actually very good. Like I said, I think I said the last episode, I found the Rangers fried chicken. It's like in here. They
Yeah.
we went the other day. We went like last week or 2 weeks ago. We went to Rangers fried chicken because it had been closed for a while. I guess the owner like went home for a couple months, came back.
Right.
And I was like, oh, gotta order those livers. Oh my god, they're freaking chicken livers, man. They cook them so good, and I swear this time I think they Taiwanese them a little bit. You know that, when you order like night market fried chicken here, they put that salt and pepper on it,
Yeah.
but it's got a little something magic in it. It's like it's some other flavors,
Crack.
like
That's what it is.
the crack powder. Yeah,
Yeah,
it is. It is so good. Nelson, he's talking about the KLP. So we were driving in Taichung, and we were driving through it. There was like this night market stall. It's like it's not really a night market. It's like you go down the streets. There's all these little food carts, and this one was closed. Like I guess they open up late at night or something. We're kind of near a night market area, I guess. And it looked. I wanted to get a photo of it. And I didn't, and I'm like, oh my god, it looks like KFC. But it was KLP, and it had the icon was like kind of a cartoony chicken, black and white, wearing the Colonel Sanders bow, and it was red. You could tell me like, and the font was even like the KFC font, but it was like KLP. It was pretty. I was like, that's such a knockoff.
It's Colonel Li Ping.
Yeah, Colonel Li Ping. And Cotito says in Chile they eat liver from pig, cow. However, I don't think I've ever had pig liver.
Well, pork liver's great.
Pork liver,
yeah,
pork liver. I can't recall.
So
Now
in Hong Kong, I'm sure you have. They put it in congee a lot.
Oh, okay, then I have for sure. But beef liver, oh, for sure. That's beef liver and onions. Oh,
Yeah.
you grill it,
Thick
you
cut
slice
beef
it,
liver.
thick cut,
Oh,
slice
yeah.
it, put it
So
on the
good.
grill, get the char on it. Oh my god, so good. And then chicken liver.
So
I'm talking
good.
about fried chicken liver is what the Rangers chicken place here does. They're really good.
So around the corner over here, actually that way. So where my thumb is pointing, there is that's where the JR line is,
Okay.
right? And so this area where I'm in Tsuruhashi, and there's a lot of like this is a very local place. So Masaki took me some super local markets here, beef, fish, seafoods, you name it. Next to the entrance, the central gate, is a really good fried chicken bento place.
Okay.
And then their kind of famous thing is a half chicken. They cut in half, and then they fry the whole half chicken.
Wait, so you literally take a chicken, like leg,
Yeah,
thigh, wing,
the whole
breast,
thing.
like
Yeah,
all
and
that.
they chop it in half.
And they bread it and fry the whole stupid thing.
They fry the thing.
How
yeah.
big is that?
It's not big. It's
Oh, so it's a
about
small
like-
chicken. It's like
just
the
like a
fryer,
smaller
the fryer
chicken, right?
chicken, as we call them. Yeah.
Yeah, and of course they have that like it's all karageed up, you know, and it's like, oh, that's the next thing I'm gonna be having, you know, while I'm still in this hotel. So you know, probably tomorrow night. I have a few things to do, you know, tomorrow night. So I'm gonna just do some running around, and then I'll probably grab that thing.
Man, I'm so
every
jealous.
time I see it, it's
so
just calling
jealous.
my name. Oh,
Hey man,
do you
try to
know
bring
what's next
bring
to
your
that?
camera. By the way, bring your camera and try to do some.
Yeah, so I got the
Do
gimbal.
that, yeah.
So I will do that. The proper vignettes may take a little bit longer now because there's a small delay. So I ordered with help of Masaki. There's a computer on the way for me, but because of chip shortage and so on,
Delays.
you know, it's being delayed. So it's gonna take a little bit of time, because if I'm going to shoot video for you guys, like it's like I wanted to be on this, you know,
Yeah,
instead
which
of
is,
my phone.
by the way, better than what I'm using here. So you got the upgrade. You get the next tier up from that one.
So I took it out for a spin at the castle. It turned out great. Like the photos, just fantastic.
Do you
Just
have,
with
by the way, do you have mic? I not to get too personal. Do you have like wireless mics or anything?
I have a shotgun mic.
Okay, so I'm. By the way, on that note, I'm probably going to upgrade my wireless mic setup. I've got a Rode set. I will give you when I
Right.
see you in the States if I upgrade
Okay.
it. I'll bring it with me. I think I'm gonna try to upgrade the one. I'm gonna go to like I think DJI's got a new one, and it works with your phone and everything. So I'm gonna jump to that. It's a double. But if you want, because I'm not gonna use my Rodes, and you can have them, and they're freaking awesome.
An extra microphone in here. What's in my equipment part?
But the shotgun's
Anyways.
good. But sometimes you want wireless too. So.
Yeah. Yeah. So like
Mark and
so
I both
definitely,
like basically we're just gonna like trade off camera equipment because the idea is he and I both have got to start getting you what we promised you more than just live streams here, which I know you love, but we're in like such great places for food and all that.
yes,
and we need to
yes,
make
yes,
that
yes,
like
yes.
we need to give you guys and gals what we promised.
Yeah.
And
Don't worry, guys. Like before I left Hong Kong, actually I stocked up. So I bought this before I left.
grip
yeah,
equipment, yeah.
I went hard. So I bought this.
By the way, what batteries does that take?
So this takes
Which one? Show me. Take it out.
This is the W's.
Oh, you got the big boys.
Yeah, got the
Good.
W's. So,
Good. You got the W's, then you are set if you want to upgrade to the 7. Cool.
so I got the W's. So I got the W's. I got 2 spares and the charger. I got the microphone. Got the lens. What am I using?
You get the 3.5 to 5.6, 16 to 50 OSS, right? We're geeking out, by the way. Sorry. Camera geek.
No, I got a 4 to 5.6, 28 to 60.
Oh, you get the 4.6, 28 to 60? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you get 28 to 60.
Yeah.
All right. So, by the way, on that 28 to 60, you have to get your arm a little longer, a little further.
Yeah.
out.
No. So far it's been doing all right. Like I just again took for a spin at the castle. Pretty decent bokeh. Pretty good.
Yep.
You can't kit lens.
Yep.
So, I
like TV idea. Like this is the at 16. It's at exactly at fingertip for me.
Yeah. I mean, I just download my Sony imaging app. So.
Ah, nice. Yeah, you'll like that. So anyway, by the way, yeah, we're turning this to digital rev. Yeah,
geeking out.
Urban, yeah. So we'll like Mark and I gotta catch up too. But yeah, man, like so many good things. I can't wait for you to start putting up stuff. I got to start putting up stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start going since things are open here. When I come back, like I might do some stuff from the States since we've got people from all over. I'm gonna be going to a lot of interesting places. One place I want to go to, and I'm gonna probably do a video there, is the Varsity in Atlanta, Georgia, which is the hot dog. Oh my God, they have epic, famous hot dogs. Taking the producer. I've kind of turned her on to American hot dogs. I was like, well, the Varsity's kind of up there. It's kind of up there for a hot dog place. Google it. You guys got the Varsity. You have to use the in front of it in Atlanta, Georgia. It's pretty famous. It's been around since like the 1950s. Yeah, private barbecue. You know where it is? They actually they have multiple locations. The Varsity's by Georgia Tech, I think. It's near Georgia Tech. It's right off the highway there. You can see it. I've been to it. The last time I was there was the '96 Olympics. Chilean hot dogs. I have not had a Chilean hot dog. Cotito, I would love to hear about that. Because so you said you said the thing about the goat brains, head cheese. I've heard, yeah, there's this thing called head cheese too. I've never seen it with goat though. It's pretty interesting. Google it, Chilean hot dog. Now the Mexican, I tell you, man, there's some Mexican hot dogs that are pretty good. There's the ones wrapped in bacon. The Sonora, what do they call them? Sonora dogs. Sonora dogs.
I'm always down for a good hot dog. I think we're all meeting up in Chicago first before we,
I'm sorry.
go on our
Does a Chilean hot dog have
right?
guacamole? Tomatoes, avocado, mayo, sauerkraut salsa, salsa americana, ají, pepper, and green sauce. It can be twice the size of an American dog. But Chilean completos? Completos? I don't know, man. My Spanish is pretty garbage. Completo? Is that? Am I getting it right? Please tell me if I'm destroying the Spanish.
I was gonna do something really stupid. I was like, oh, hot dog, isn't that just like perro caliente?
Perro caliente? Yeah, it's not. No, not perro
No.
caliente. Not
No.
Drago. Whatever it is we call it. Literally. It's
No.
literally it's, like we talk about hot dog here. It's a literal translation of Mandarin. Okay, cool. Yeah, I just Googled too. It's like it's got like guacamole. It's got all kinds of stuff. It's exactly what you'd imagine. Like the green. Oh my! The green sauce has got to be like a salsa verde with like a tomatillo.
So to close us out tonight, let's answer Ho Ching Young's question. Any good food we went for last week? One highlight. Jono, you first.
Today I went to have Swansai Yu, which is a
nice.
I was down in Taichung in the place down there. They do really go in. They have 2 versions. They have the tomato version for like the people who don't want the spicy.
Right.
And they have the green version, which is like uses green chili, like a green hot chili, and Sichuan peppercorns. And they're so the direct translation is pickled cabbage fish is the direct translation. That's what it is. It's like this hot pot, and it's pickled cabbage, like, and they do this special like natural pickling in these clay pot jars. So it's really sour, and then they put the mala spices, so like the Sichuan peppercorn that numbs you, and they have like the heat. It's got red chili peppers floating on it, but the sauce itself is green. And then they put dongfen, which you guys might know is like green bean noodles, or the clear glass noodles, I guess we call it in English, like glass noodles, would be the translation of it. And then inside of there, they'll have, I get it with youtiao, which is like these fried breadsticks, these super crispy fried breadsticks on top. And like I said, fish, and it's got a little bit of sliced pork belly in it too, like thin slice, like hot pot level. And you just take it and you eat it. And you eat it with rice or no rice. Oh my God, so good. I had that today. The tomato one's really good because tomato one's like a little more like chill. So you can like numb and burn your mouth on the green one, and then you chill it down with the red one. So it was pretty good. Pretty tasty. That's good. Nice. Dinner, I mean, I went full time when I went, that's Chinese dish. Went full Asian food today, and I had ruo fan today for dinner. Ruo fan. So I had, which is basically braised pork over rice is what it is.
Nice. My highlight will be, of course, it's going to be the unagi butter.
Oh, you bastard.
But
butter or butt?
No, the unagi butter, I think we've talked about this till Kingdom Come.
Yeah, we beat it to death.
It is still, top billing. It is still as good as I remembered it, if not better. But what I do want to highlight, though, is at the unagi butter place, it is the bamboo shoot season.
Oh, okay.
The young bamboo shoot season, where it's still just barely peeping out of the ground, where it's still soft and delicious.
It's like the little pointy little,
just the little teeny tiny, just the tip. And then so it's that season right now. So at the place that we had the unagi butter, because it's bamboo shoot season, Masaki ordered a bamboo shoot tempura. And it is so good.
So it's like thin, tender, and it's fried.
It's that sweet bamboo shoot flavor. It's not the bamboo shoot that's marinated for ramen. It's a very sweet bamboo shoot, soft bamboo shoot, and it's fried on the outside just like a tempura. But you don't dip it in the tempura sauce. They have like this salt. That flavored salt that they have. That's it's like that grayish color.
It's like the mineral sea salt, like the gray salt, or like the pink salt or the black salt or whatever. Yeah.
And you dip it in that, and it was very good. It was very, very good. It was definitely not the stuff that you eat for ramen. It's not the marinated ones. Of course, honorable mention. We went to there's a YouTube channel that Masaki recommended me for. A while ago, it was udon soba in Osaka and Nara,
with like the bonito soy.
No, so it's a YouTube channel that highlights all the different udon and soba restaurants.
Okay, so wait, so the whole channel is just either udon,
it's literally
or soba.
Udon
So
or
noodles.
soba. Yeah. Here in Osaka and Nara. So I think Masaki took me to this place, and he said it should have been on one of the episodes. And my God, it was the best bowl of udon I've had to this moment. I'm sure I'm gonna have more. Like the bowl.
Well, okay, so you had was it just a noodle? How'd you? Because there's different udon styles. You can do like the soft egg. You can do like the cod roe. You can do a lot of things on top.
So Masaki ordered the curry udon.
Curry udon.
Yeah, and I ordered just the regular one. But their specialty is as they're boiling the soup, the broth, right? They'll beat an egg, and then they'll quickly pour that egg right into the broth, so it kind of solidifies in that hot water, and then they'll take that broth off the heat and pour it into your udon.
So it's kind of like like doing an egg in like hot and sour soup, right?
Yeah, it's almost like that. Yeah,
you have like the egg flour, or some people call it, like if you're in the American, egg flour soup or egg drop soup. That's that kind of thing.
It's like that. And it just adds a whole extra little bit of layer of flavor to the soup itself. And then, of course, they put very just delicious marinated piece of fried tofu, and then fresh tempura, and then they had some marinated beef with.
Did you get to go down and like pick your tempura out and put it on the plate?
Oh no, they made it. Like I have the video on my phone, and I was saving that to post it on the Facebook group. I will post all these to Facebook. Don't worry. Like it's already on my current Facebook.
Half edit it on this thing. Yeah. Just half chop edit that sucker and then throw it up.
Yeah. Like I was just
on YouTube.
I would just put up the whatever I have, Um, it's not actually. Well, I'll double check. I'll put it on Facebook and then we'll go from there. And
Yeah.
then, but
Jake,
yeah,
just send me
it's really
send me
good.
the raw footage. I'll just chop edit and throw it up.
It was definitely super good. So we'll like that was I think that was my highlight, and that was my honorable mention for this
All
week.
right. God, man, I don't know if I can top that. Like, really, for me, like, I've been eating a lot of Western food. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Like before we left, I was talking to the producer. I was like, okay, before we leave Taiwan for like a month, what are we gonna eat? Because like we're gonna miss. So the Luro Fan actually checked a big box for us because that's like one of our. It's like right across the street. It's like it's one of the like it's the famous one here in Taipei. Like it's like there's always people always queued up. They're open late. They've been there for like I don't think that we were there. Nelson was with us, and like the tables were probably there for the past 50 years. I mean, literally, it's like, and the people that worked there were there for the 50 years,
Oh,
and it's just classic. It's so cheap, so cheap. We ate like fools for like 3 people for like $20. I mean, just like stuffed
yeah.
ourselves. Not even 20. I was under 20. It was like 18. If you try and do the conversion to US, and we had like the rye pork rice. We had the soup they have there, which is so good, and we had like veggie, and we had like bamboo. We had bamboo too. We had bamboo. But I think the other thing we're gonna miss, and I want to get is I did for a show that one time. Remember the chou tofu dumplings, the stinky tofu
Oh
dumplings I
yeah,
did,
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
windwin,
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
wontons,
yeah,
the fried
yeah,
stinky
yeah.
tofu wonton. I got to speak in English. I'm so used to saying it in Mandarin. And then they had like they had the pig blood or the duck blood, and then the mala, the spicy, all that, and then the spicy tofu, the stinky tofu. I'm gonna do that. That's gonna like our last supper, as we call it, before we hop on the plane, and we can't get proper Taiwanese food for like a month. So
Fair enough, fair enough. I mean, like, yeah, Masaki and I, we kind of had this little discussion too, like when we were eating. It's like, oh man, when the producer's here, I'm a little bit concerned, about her because like producer needs a good balance of like Western food and Asian food. Me, I can eat ramen 365,
oh, you
24/7.
and I,
Dude,
bro,
come
like
on,
every
man.
day, like new ramen place, yo, let's go, man. Like
Let's go.
my blood pressure will be
Yeah,
like here, salt, sodium
yeah,
intake. You feel like you're
yeah.
a million pounds because you're bloated. Hey,
That's
who
right.
cares? Another
Yeah.
bowl of ramen.
Dude, I can do Japanese food, Asian, Southeast Asian food,
Yeah.
365. And so
By the way,
we're just talking about that.
I found some sour gum today. I love like you
God,
don't
I
have.
love that. I
I
love that
can't
graphic.
read that. I don't need to read this. I think anybody in the world can look at this and be like, "Yo, this is a super sour lemon chewing gum." Like it's basically like hardcore bubblicious, and it's epically sour for like 5 minutes, and then it's like nothing. It's dead.
Then it kind of calms down.
No, it's not even calm down. It's just gone. You're just chewing nothing at that point.
Yeah, it's because your tongue is numb by that
That
point.
is quite possibly what happens. It might not lose the
Well,
flavor. Your tongue might lose its taste buds, for all I know.
I think that's a good place to wrap it up between
Yeah.
the tongue being numb and servicing 10
And
guys.
servicing 10 guys
You know,
and
tongue went numb after servicing 10
10
guys.
guys.
And it was super sour.
It was super sour. Brought to you by Tuck Meat and the Heavy Hanger.
Yeah, that's right.
Tuck your
Dustin,
meat.
I'm still in Japan right now. I'll be stateside on May the 9th.
I'll be
And
stateside April 20. Well, travel
yeah.
days 26, 27th. I'll be there.
I will be in Arkansas, Northeast Arkansas, back home with the fam on the weekend of the 13th. I will not be available on the 13th because it's my grandpa's birthday.
Oh,
But any of the other times, if you're up in Northwest Arkansas, Fayetteville, Eureka Springs area, hit me up. Maybe we can do something.
and for me, for those of you, Nashville, Tennessee, I'll be floating around. I'll probably be in Nashville Airsoft around the 30th, which is Saturday. For those of you in the Atlanta area, I will make my rounds to Tokyo Armory, which is actually in Atlanta. Not to be confused with Tokyo, Japan. Tokyo Army in
darn.
Atlanta, Airsoft Junkies, and also SS Airsoft. I'll be there probably on the 3rd and or 4th. So I'll be publishing. If you just follow Airsoftology, follow my socials. I'll be publishing in advance, like my schedule where I'm going. So if you're in the Atlanta area, I know Bumpkin is. I will be floating around those 3. I will give you a better idea if you want to hang out at one of those shops. I'll be there. You can meet me. Actually, meet the producer, which is never on camera. You get to see her in person if you want to see the secret behind the camera. I'll be there. So yeah, come stop by. Stay tuned. I'm sure follow their socials, those 3 shops if you're in Atlanta. After that, heck, man, I'll be Chicagoland area. North of that, I'll be in LA the following week. So if you're in the Los Angeles area, the week of the 8th on to the 8th to the 14th. I think I'll be in Chicagoland till about the 11th or 12th or 11th, and then LA from the 12th to like the 17th or 18th.
Right.
And then Scottsdale, Arizona, 17th or 18th. It's kind of the rough schedule. I'll give you guys better updates. Mark might have his schedule. I think Mark and I are doing some overlaps, so I think
I think that the tail end of what you just said, for most part, will be kind of
right
together, if not literally side by side.
Yeah, I think we're gonna try to parallel starting around the 10th or 11th, and up until about the 18th. We might cross and then diverge and then cross again. So
yeah. But stay tuned. I'll have a little bit more concrete plans as well. I'll throw up on my socials. Dustin, if anything, add me on Facebook and hit me up on there. Shoot me a message, Facebook Messenger, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, and Dustin, same for me. Hit IG, just Airsoftology on IG, and hit me up. I'll give you updates on when I'm going to be at National Airsoft.
Yeah.
And
I would say add me on IG too, but like IG likes to sort stuff into
IG throws people in
places. So,
oh, here's like the other kind of
I've
do it there. I'll find you. I'll look you up.
I've been a little bit more selective with my final little bit of quota on Facebook before they cap me at 5,000. So I have plenty of space to add a whole lot of you guys. Just go ahead and find me on Facebook, MERCK, Mark West. And
if you're going to find him on Facebook, if you have a different name or something like that, because I know some of you guys use screen names, make sure on Facebook or on if you're on IG, send me a message. Like in the first few words, put the words hopped up. And we'll know boom, please. Put you in the safe list, like immediately add you into get you out of the spam or the general folder and move you into the primary hey let's chat folder, because that's kind of how it ranks. It's weird how it does it now. So make sure to put hopped up in the first 4 or 5 words, 6 words, so it shows up on that first line. So when we're skimming,
absolutely,
we know oh hey, Dustin, you maybe use your name, but your screen name on IG can be totally different. Do that so we know. And same goes for everybody. Bumpkin, all you guys, anybody who doesn't have our direct contact, Cotito, do that. And that's easy for us to make sure you're in the, hey, we're going to talk and interact with you category.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so go ahead, just do that and good to go.
Cool. Well, man, I'm trying to be good. Freaking jealous. I'm trying to use my bad words. I'm really jealous that you're in Japan. Please eat more udon, eat more soba. Eat more all the good foods. I want to hear all about it when we hang out. And when we get to America, we're gonna eat the heck out of some American food. We gotta figure out what we're gonna do together for food. We gotta film a lot of videos.
Little birdie told me that there may be a mysterious guest as well, but we'll let that. That'll confirm itself when it happens, I guess.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. Everybody, thank you as always for joining us this Monday evening and or afternoon and or morning, depending on which time zone you're in. We always love that you sacrifice part of your day on a Monday to come hang out with us. And until next week, which we are back on normal schedule. There's no more breaks.
That's right.
That'll be my night. I'll be 9 hours. I'll be 12 hours from taking off when the show starts. So you catch me right before I go.
Yep.
Until next week, guys and gals.
Stay hopped up, everybody.